Hello YouTube! Spirits, Grapes, and Hops back at it again with another video. So if you guys have ever found yourself having to Google search the difference between shaken and stirred, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now because we'll cover that. But today we're going to talk about different fruits that you need, which ones you need for most of the drinks, how to cut them, and how to turn those into really nice twists or swaths depending on what you're making. So let's get right into that today. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the lime, lemon, and orange. These three fruits will cover 95% of what you need for all of your mixed cocktails, vodkas, gins, etc. So believe it or not, there's a specific way that you need to cut the fruit to make a suitable wedge style garnish, and we're going to go ahead and get into that and show you what that looks like right now. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and cut the ends of the fruit off. Don't be afraid to be liberal with it, and as you can see, I'm not using a fancy knife here. This is a normal steak knife because I'm trying to simulate what you guys would use at home. So you want to cut this piece off and get down to where you have some actual fruit showing here. Do the same thing on the other side. Okay, these pieces, go ahead and discard. So now you've got fruit showing on both sides. We're going to turn this on its edge, cut it right down the center. Yep, that's what happens in real life, not a sharp knife. Alright, so now we've got both halves here. Now, before you go any further, you're going to put a slit right down the middle, and that's going to rest on the rim of your glass when you end up cutting these into wedges. So if you do that now, it's really going to save you a lot of time down the road. Now, looking at this at a 90-degree angle and a 45-degree angle, you're going to cut each half into 4 wedge slices. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. 1, 2, 3. And there you have your nice wedge with the slit cut in it already to place right on the brim of the glass. So that is your lime wedge garnish. And the same applies for all these, both of the lemon and orange, if you're going to go for the wedge. So let's look at the orange specifically as a orange wheel garnish instead. So you cut that in half, cut it in half again, and you can, and I guess it depends, if you want a full circle, you can leave it in place like this and put that half slit down and then cut the circle again, and now you have a nice orange wheel garnish that you can put on the glass, or you can go with the half circle as we've cut here. Put the slit in, cut, and there you go. It's ready for your garnish. So those are the basics of creating the fruit garnishes. Okay, so now we've covered the fruit garnishes, but we also have a lot more uses for fruit. And in the at-home bartender atmosphere, you're going to primarily use fruit for your mixing ingredients as well. And you're going to want to use fresh fruit because it tastes better. You can definitely buy pre-made lime juice, lemon juice, etc., but it's not as fresh, it doesn't taste as good, so why not go ahead and squeeze your own? So this is a basic lemon, fruit juicer, and what I would do is at one particular time you can go through, say, 10 limes or so, squeeze it into a jar, pour it into one of these temporary containers. These you can buy online, extremely cheap, and then you can store them in your refrigerator so you've got your basic juices. If you like to make a cosmopolitan or really any drink that requires fruit, margaritas, you can put these ingredients in your refrigerator and have them ready to go at any time. So just the same procedure we talked about before. Don't need to make sure they're as pretty, but go ahead and cut them in half, put them, there you go, at home bartender. Put them in, get them squeezed into a collector, and then pour it into the squeeze bottle, and you're ready to go. So that's really the basics for the preparation. It's for garnishing. It's about cutting the fruit properly so that a garnish is made to look appealing. It's not necessary for the drink, but it adds that little bit of flair at the end. And then you also have the mixing ingredient portion of it, which is important for the taste. And as long as you cut the fruit, use fresh fruit, store it properly, then you can have this kind of batched ahead of time, and it's ready to go for all of your mixology needs. So if you've liked what you've seen here and want to learn more about how to be a more efficient, proficient at-home bartender, hit the subscribe button now. We're going to cover a lot more drinks in the future, and we'll be back with more content real soon.